Let's see here. What is our next topic that we have up here? Oh, another good discussion. I'm already know my answer on this, but we talked about this guy last week with a head to head against who was it? The answer,
Paul Pierce.
Paul Pierce.
Truth.
So now, of course, we the truth. I'm sorry. Who was the answer? AI.
AI. Yeah.
There we go. Dwyane Wade or James Harden. Now, as CJ pulls up his graphic, which is going to be flawless, I know. This one to me is not that tough of a discussion. Now, when you look at stats, I know it may be a little different, but yeah, I've got a favorite on this one easily. Let's see.
We know where you're going with.
Yeah, because I can't stand James Harden.
So this stemmed from Jeff Teague's podcast. He had picked James Harden over D Wade, and he felt like James Harden top 5 shooting guard of all time, and that's how this whole conversation kind of started. Is James Harden top 5 shooting guard of all time? In my opinion, yes, definitely. What he's done. Is he like 5? Yeah, maybe 4 or 5. Sure, D Wade is better than James Harden. I'm just gonna make the same points I made last week. We were talking about him versus Paul Pierce. So just the playoff performances, better defender, passing 50-50. I would say 50-50 there. Harden has led the league in assists twice, but defensively, the leadership, clutch moments in the postseason. I don't think it's I don't think it's close. Now you're gonna look at stats. Yeah, it's Harden a better 3-point shooter, no doubt. I mean, I think he's
absolutely
top 7 all time in 3-point attempts, 3-point makes in NBA history. Amazing. Scoring.
Give me Wade.
I'm gonna go Wade, but and again, it's like it's that scheme that Harden played in as well. It's that it's really that ball dominant. I do it all type scheme. I do everything, and he did change the game for a couple seasons with the step backs. A lot of players started to do bigs, and everybody was doing step backs.
Mm-hmm.
He was,
even though it's a walk or a travel.
Yeah, but they weren't calling it. And he was knocking down highly contested shots, and he was durable, and that's what I also give him the edge on there too. I've got the Rockets jersey on. He was very durable during that time. He played every game. He was there. It's just in the playoffs. I don't know if it was fatigue factor with the heavy minutes, or why he just could never every single year. He just can't get it done. It's so alarming. Usually, you see for great players, they have at least a 2 or 3 year stretch where they're like, okay, wow, yeah, all right, they got to the finals, Western Conference Finals, cool. For him, it's every single season, and
Game 7, he leaves. He don't play.
Game 7. You look at the Clippers series a few years ago. They came back and he was on the bench, being down in that game. Dame sent them packing in 2013 when they had just got Dwight and 5. That was the first wave before the Westbrook and Paul George wave. That was Dame's introduction to the world when he made that 3 against the Rockets.
Oh yeah.
During the playoffs, that's when everybody knew who Damian Lillard was. That game, James Harden was guarding Damian Lillard and missed an assignment on that. And then Chandler Parsons, the Spurs series, how just game 6 they fold the game 6, game 7 Harden struggles in that one. Ginobili blocks his shot, then Kawhi. It was rough. 2012 against the Heat. Then he had a great Western Conference Finals against San Antonio. He was great. And I was like, man, they're about to pack LeBron up. LeBron's about to be 0-2 in his first 2 years in Miami. Yeah. I was like, whoa, like these guys are, and they were all like under 25 going to the finals. I was like, this team is special. But Westbrook and Harden, to this day, still the same player with the inconsistencies and the inefficient shot creation. They played his hand. They played his hand in the worst moment. So he had last two in Philly. I mean, in Philly last year, or 2 years ago now. Game against Miami, Game 6. He scored 2 points in the second half in an elimination game. It's just everything. This year, you have a great Game 1, a great Game 4, then 5, 6, and 7 were historically bad. It's nothing you could really say to make a case for James, bro. Got to go with Wade.
And see, I'm about to say something that I'm going to regret and don't know how to really say it. In-season stats doesn't really tell the whole story of a player. Because James Harden, I think, don't he have a player of the MVP for a year back when the Rockets era?
Yes.
With Mike D'Antoni and everything? I mean, in regular season, he was great and is great. I won't say only. The reason that I don't want to pick James Harden is because he got fouled a lot, and I'm not faulting him at that. Don't get me wrong. A lot of his points came in the free throw line. He was drawing the fouls. He was smart. I give him that. I can't say anything on that. But to me, Wade earned a lot more of his points, and I'm not saying that I'm weighing those too big. I'm just saying Wade was more creative. Wade was more of a highlight. James Harden, when you watched him play, he was going to go tween, step back to his right, jump shot, or he was penetrating to the goal to his left, and he was laying it up. I don't care what game it was. That's what was going on. So that's why I guess I'm a little iffy on why I would even pick James Harden, because he was two-move dimensional, I guess, but he made it work. Yeah, of course, he made a career on it.
Yeah.
So, but when it came to playoffs, you can't win on just two moves. And also, what was it? Steve Kerr, I think, said, man, we didn't care about James Harden. We knew Game 1, Game 2, Game 3, Game 4, he was going to give everything. By Game 5, 6, and 7, he was done, and that was our game plan. Let James Harden get his, and he won't have no gas when it actually matters.
Yeah.
And there's so many final game, I guess you will, that he just was a no-show. He was gassed. He didn't have anything. When I'm pretty sure Dwyane Wade could have had a broken foot and still would have been out there trying to do something in the finales of whatever series season he was going on. So even the comment over there says Wade is closer to Kobe when Harden is closer to Reggie and Drex. I think, who was it?
Drexler, yeah.
Yeah, Drexler. I mean, Harden has the stats. That's the thing. He's got the stats for sure with the points and everything. But to me, it's Wade hands down.
Yes, yeah. I'm right there. And man, people forget how good Clyde Drexler was. I mean, I know he wasn't Jordan. They went up against the Bulls, and everybody remembers the Shrug game. But I mean, they were in the finals, right?
Right.
They were one of the best teams in the Western Conference. And then ultimately, as we know, he went to Houston and won the championship. But
right.
Yeah, Clyde, a very, very underrated player. But back to this though, I guess I have my top 5 shooting guards of all time would be obviously Jordan, Kobe, Wade, and then 4. It gets. I mean, you go Jerry West, and then James Harden. That would be my top 5 shooting guards ever.
Where you got Klay Thompson?
I'd have him in I would say 10, probably closer to 10.
Okay.
Maybe top 15 for sure. But I probably have a few of those guys that were number 1 options at shooting guard, and like Reggie Miller, Drexler,
right?
it gets interesting when you talk about Ginobili and what I mean, and Clay. That's an interesting. That's a good discussion. But yeah, I would say yeah, but yeah, that's my top five. Top three is a lot, no doubt. I mean, unless like Anthony Edwards goes crazy in the next decade, that's the top three. Booker too. Booker would be a Booker as well. This next decade, they could obviously get in there and depending on how they play in the next 10 years. But yeah, the top three is locked for sure. Top two is definitely locked. There's nobody cracking that top two, in my opinion.
What about Allen Iverson?
Yeah, that's it. Like it's like I put AI at point guard. I have him at point guard. I mean, I know Eric Snow was kind of like the point guard.
Right.
It was kind of like but I always considered Iverson a point guard. But so yeah, that's how I see that. I never really considered AI as a shooting guard.
Ray Allen's shooting guard, of course, we didn't say. Vince Carter's a shooting guard.
Vince Carter, yeah, top. That's like 6, 7 for me. Yeah, 6, 7, 8.
That's Tracy McGrady.
Yeah.
Okay, this list here has got Clay at 15, but there's some old heads on there, so I didn't even mention those. They got Ginobili after Clay.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's a good discussion. Ginobili Clay.
That is, because I think I would go Ginobili.
It's close. It's close. I mean, listen, Clay had a lot of big shots, a lot of big moments. Ginobili too.
Oh yeah,
it's very it's a pickup. That's a pickup.
And we probably getting in another episode with that. But to me, Clay is. Would we have Clay as Clay if it weren't for the style that they ran in Golden State with Steph?
It's tough to say. Honestly, he's just as good as a shooter. If he was the number one option, maybe he'd have to add more things to his bag. And but when it comes to playing off the basketball, he could have still did that at a high level. That was never going to change. The defense was never going to change. He was a high level defender during his prime. Big shots in the playoffs. Game 6 Clay is he coined that phrase because of how well he played in the playoffs. So we know he was big time when it mattered there. So. That's always been a discussion, and that's why I have guys like Vince and McGrady and obviously those guys over him because he was a second option and those guys were one options. But yeah, he was great, man. He still is great. I know he struggled against the Lakers, but yeah, he definitely top 15 for sure.